But the Nigerian Guild of Editors and SERAP came together, according to the report, and said, look, this law is being abused and being used, cyber stalking, specifically Section 24 of the Cybercrime Act, being used to harass people, to intimidate activists and journalists, and it's also against Section 39 of the Constitution. Section 39 of the Constitution talks about freedom of expression and the right to own a medium of communication. They also talked about Article 19 of the International Convention on Civil Rights. Article 19 is also basically about freedom of expression. However, it is not President Tinubu that will amend the law. The place to go is the National Assembly. However, my position is this. No law under the Nigerian Constitution gives you absolute rights. Mm-hmm. You don't have absolute rights. Every law under the Constitution within the jurisdiction has its limits. Right. You cannot say because Section 39 says you can talk. That section does not include the phrase that you can talk anyhow. Yeah. Or that you can abuse the social media to embarrass, impugn the integrity of other people. And that's why we have laws of defamation. Mm-hmm. But the basic principle is that no citizen in this country has absolute rights. Yeah. And the organizations in this country, the law enforcement agencies, they have the right to call anybody to task, to investigate anybody. Right. So, and it will not be right to say, oh, this agency is corrupt. Mm-hmm. That's why they are investigating. No, that would be an illiterate thing to say.
Absolutely. Well, Rufai, so we can wrap this up. I mean, look at that.
I 100% support SERAP.
Yes, SERAP and NG.
And I agree that the buck stops with the president. He's the leader of the land. You see, we forget. We can all say that the president does not have anything to do with the court. We forget that the president is supposed to be the moral beacon of any nation. Mm. And what happens in any nation falls under the president. I mean, look at all these heinous activities and crimes that are being perpetrated. The high-handedness. What EFCC has done to VDM, is it right? Let's call it speed is speed. They arrested the man. You didn't issue a statement all this while. You said, a fraud, malfeasance and everything. You have not even shown us a charge. We are hearing counter narrative. The truth has to be said, if a man had called that EFCC in the past, that they are corrupt and all of that, didn't the EFCC chairman himself say they have bad eggs amongst them? Why are we talking like we don't live in Nigeria? All you just need to do is to call him to corroborate. So the question we are asking is, what is going on? Is it because the man does not have the paraphernalia of security and states? Didn't the same EFCC try to go and arrest Yahya Bello? Didn't they push them away because military, police meet police? Mm. And he was being guarded. Didn't the EFCC chairman, a man that is doing great, by the way, and I support him. When he started to support the EFCC, I support the EFCC like I supported them a lot in the Yahya Bello situation. All right. Didn't he say, I will resign if Yahya Bello is not prosecuted? Today, Yahya Bello's case is already in court. So you see, there's a level of high-handedness. Mm. If you don't have power in this country, you suffer and die. If you have power, you go scot-free. All right. President Tinubu, all of this is happening under your watch. I will ask you a question. Mm-hmm. All right. Láyé onígbọ́n nǹkan ṣẹlẹ̀. Láyé àrẹ̀sà ní nǹkan ṣẹlẹ̀. So, láyé Tinubu ní gbogbo eléyìí ṣẹlẹ̀. All right. It's in the era of President Tinubu, all of this happening. We have to speak truth to power. All right. Let's call a spade now. What country are we living in? All right. Okay. The leader is the moral head of every country. The leader is the moral head.
There are legal processes. All right. Law is not emotion.
Fantastic.
We know, but the leader is the moral head.
No.
He's the moral head.
Let's finish this.
What he's done is wrong.
Tinubu cannot amend any law.
No.
The leader is the moral head. That's what we are saying. That's not the question.
Of the legislature.
It's the high-handedness we're talking about.
I'm talking law. I'm not talking emotions.
At the end of the day, SERAP and NGE has called for a review of the Cybercrime Act, and that is their point. Really, that's all they're asking for at this point. And I think that it is important for that sort of conversation to begin to take center stage. We're asking for the rule of law to be obeyed.